join me.
Got you. Let me ask you, man. We're live now. We're live now too.
Okay.
Let me ask you, how was the messaging, in your opinion, as far as on the capture page? Because someone in the car business, they haven't gone through the issues with the network marketing industry. You know what I mean?
Right.
So are you pretty much warming them up and still sending them through the system, or are you just sending them straight to the overview?
You know what? I'm going to fill it out. What I was going to do was initially I was going to send them through the system. That's what I was initially going to do, so I can collect their information, and it will be easier for me to put it into the Melaleuca system after they check out all the info.
Got you. Yeah. What the reason I asked that too, man, because I was on the call with Christian probably about 2-3 hours ago.
Okay.
And he was telling me he loved the system and all of that, but he was saying, man, let's keep it simple. That's basically old school. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like slow as I don't know what, which I hate to go because Melaleuca is already slow. You know what I mean? That's the first invite. Right. So I'm just thinking, I want to kind of cover all aspects, man, because I still want to use the system because I want to create leverage. So.
Right.
As of right now, it's for like the MLM people, the biz op people. But I want to create like a cold sales video to where I say, look, do you need to supplement your income? Do you need extra money?
Right.
And then do you want to make money recommending things that you're using so you're the best customer possible?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I'm thinking that I'm going to do a cold market video as well. So I'll probably have that done within the next couple of days too. So that should help out. I mean, it's not targeted with the car market or anything like that, but people who are not in the network marketing industry, that should kind of resonate with them.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on that? What you think about having two different videos?
That will be great. So choice is always good, Rodney. That's what I like. Mm-hmm. So if you have somebody in the car business, like I said, I was initially going to put them through the system because I've been battling with this too, because I'm kind of old school. So, but I like the choice. Then after I got in the car and was driving today, I said, okay, when I send this information to them, should I just send them to Christian's overview?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is that afterwards, you're going to have to collect that information again, then log it into the back office.
Right.
So I think the option would be, it would be a good thing just to have an option to be able to choose from based on your particular client or customer.
Exactly. And another thing I was thinking, man, I think I ran this past you before. I wanted to give people the option because, the name of the game is branding too, right? And so especially if it's dealing with your warm market, if you already have a list of followers or whatever, I wanted to give people the option. If you want to go without my video, or maybe, for example, like on that invite page where I collect the names and all of that, I can give people the script. So say, for example, they're like, well, I don't want Rodney's voice, or I don't want whatever. I want to put my own video on there, but they can still follow my script as a template, hit on the points. You know what I mean? And plug your own video. What you think about that?
A bridge, basically a bridge.
Right.
And that will be great because here's the deal. You're talking to a person initially, and then if you were to send them a voice and see you know what I mean?
That's powerful.
So if create a video, say, hey, man, I want to just thank you guys for checking this out. But listen, I got a great opportunity. Hey, my buddy Rodney.
Right.
I want to give you some information. And after you guys check the information out, I'll see you guys on the other side.
Exactly. Because, I mean, look, if you look, that's all I did with Christian. Yeah. Because, me getting in, I didn't initially have the results. So I'm saying, look, I warm them up a little bit. And I say, look, I'm going to pass you along to my buddy Christian. He's going to go ahead and go in for the kill, basically. So
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I think this week, man, that's what I'm gonna work on. But
okay.
This group, is small right now, so I'm not getting the feedback like that because the size of the group. But I mean, based off of yourself and a handful of other guys, I mean, seems like everything is solid. The links are working, no issues or nothing like that. But if it's anything, because basically what I'm trying to hit on is right now is like an important time, because before I start emailing my list, before I start really pulling people in and revving up, I want to make sure that, you know, the fundamentals are good and I can listen to each person on a one-on-one basis so I can make changes or add additional stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
actually,
let me know.
When I got in this, I actually started emailing my list. I have a whole list and I started emailing them, man. I got a couple of sponsors. 2 people submitted their, well, basically all the information. I tried to follow up with them and they didn't respond back, but I'll just follow up with them in a later time. So that way I could, you know, just be persistent and try to connect with them, you know, until they say, no, I'm no longer interested or what, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I initially did it and I used Christian system, you know, the health and wellness system. That's what I did. I went and bought a domain name, and you know what I mean? Just, you know, and just attached the, to his system and just shot it out there to my link with a little story and the whole 9 yards. Yeah. And also I use the takeaway strategy. I'm only looking for 20 people. You know what I mean? After that, I'm shutting this out. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm looking to work with a small group. That's it. So, so after this initial email, nothing else. Yeah.
I mean, that definitely works. And it's funny because when I talked to Christian earlier today, he was saying, basically I was saying, man, it takes a completely different side of my brain to, all right, so basically to sum it up, what I've always done with every program that I've been in, I've always wanted to create a program or some type of system or, you know, something to duplicate. And so he's telling me, oh, that can hurt the team. And I'm saying, well, how is that possibly something that can be detrimental to the team? He was saying, well, people might be in the mind frame of like, I got to send cold traffic, or I just rely on the system and to let it do its thing. And so he's saying, well, let's focus on the fast start package. Have you gone through that?
Oh man, I've been going through it ever since I joined up with Melaleuca.
Yeah. So he's saying, look, this is all I'm doing is I'm telling people to go through the fast start packet and make a list of 20 people, and I'm here as their sponsor, to where once they watch the company overview, I tell them, look, if you need me, call me and I'll close them for you. And in my mind, I'm like, well, I don't know, man. I'm in a tough situation because I'm all about scale fast as possible, and this thing is like, you know, snail's pace. But but at the end of the day, you know, little things that we can implement, can really be key, you know, because something that's very one-on-one and personal.
Right.
You've been on video, just like you said. If those are your folks, you send them there, they're like, oh, damn, Craig is on that video and the system is unfolding like that. That's smooth.
Exactly.
And you can say, look, you can do the same thing. You're going to brand yourself, and then you can send them, and then from there you hop on the phone and we can close them.
Exactly.
So I'm just brainstorming a couple of things, but as of right now, I'm glad to see that things are running smooth. And then you sent them the Christian's thing, man, and you know, I love the guy, but his video is a little long-winded, you know. So if you don't convert it, So then I told him that too. I'm like, well, because basically the only reason I keep bringing Christian up is I said, look, man, I've heard some things about Melaleuca and the promotional restrictions that they put on you. So I know you're buddies with, you know, higher up guys. So I want you to give me the thumbs up for the system. He said, man, I love it. The messaging, you know, the process, everything is solid, but he's just scared that guys are going to just solely depend on buying traffic. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's necessarily the case, but you know, that's why I want to get your opinion on it, because I know you know the game. You've done old school, you've done the newer things where, you know, lead capture, follow up, all of that type of stuff. But what's your take on that, man? Do you think that all right, I'll put it like this: if you bring a new person on board, do you think that they have to send traffic in order to convert, or do you think that if you tell them, look, one by one, you send a person to that, and then you follow up with them, and then you send the overview, do you think it'll be any type of drop off, or do you think they'll solely just sit back and think that the system, you know, do its thing?
No, I don't think that at all. Well, the system is just a tool, and we get them to understand that. We let them know that a warm market is key. You know what I mean? Show your friends and family this. You know, I know a lot of people have been teaching, man, that, okay, set up this system, man, and that's all you need to do. Just push the button, sit back, and all the money will just come to you. And that's what people mind are geared to nowadays. But I think that when we do it in the old school way, just a high touch, you know what I mean? Instead of just basically focusing everything on high tech, it'll be much better. I think that's where the stickability come from. It all depends on a person's knowledge, how he would accept a system. There's no way for us to tell. Right. We know we done old school, we done the but somebody coming into this may just jump on board and understand that it's just a tool. You know what I mean? Exactly. Not necessarily that it's going to be a that he's going to rely on that all the time or not.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. I think though that nowadays with the system, anytime a system is implemented, I think there should be some instruction to it in regards to what it is used for, and it could save you time, you know, because I was always taught that a system is save you time, energy, and money.
I like that.
The system means, but you use that on the side of what you're currently doing out there, talking with people, out there shaking hands with people, you know what I mean? Because I came in driving the miles and beating the pavement. That's how I came into a 3-foot rule in the whole 9 yards. I didn't have a system. I was building large teams, but when I got the residual, company started changing, money would go away.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when systems start coming about, I started embracing systems, right? You know what I mean? But I was using them in conjunction with what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's key, man. That is key. That is key. I mean, I know whoever's watching this replay, I know that it's a change of gears, you know, it's a little different than you just, you know, sending traffic and then following up. But I'm trying to tell you, and I know, Craig, I know you know, the high touch, the 3-foot rule, belly to belly, really just, you know, drilling down on person after person, the conversion rates are way higher.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's actually helping you. It's actually helping you more by slowing things down. So, you know, that's my only fear, you know, because I know the mindset of people nowadays is because I know myself, you know, I always look first to create leverage and, you know, create systems and, you know, back up off it and just send the traffic. This is not like that, but it's a blessing too, because conversions will be way up. You don't need those numbers. You don't need to put money on traffic.
Exactly. Yep. And man, let me tell you, I mean, I started pulling out all of the old reference materials, brother. You know what I mean? All of the old Bobby. I mean, I'm surrounded here in the library with all the old material that I used to use in the past. Don Feller's material, man. You know what I mean? He had a book out called The System. And when I met Don, man, him and Nancy sat down and taught me some things about the industry. You know what I mean? So when I do the 3-foot rule with someone, I don't just go in asking somebody, hey, you know, if you're interested in building the business, you know, no, I don't do that. I pick their brain first, you know, let them know, hey, man, you're a sharp person. You know what I mean? Hey, where'd you get those shoes from? Start a conversation with them. You know what I mean? Hey, what do you do? Wow. You know what I mean? And when you ask somebody what they do, initially they're going to turn around and ask you what you do.
Exactly.
And you say, great, I'm asked. You know what I mean? Well, you know, I'm an emergency retirement planner.
I like that.
What? You know, and that's something that Mark Yarnell, when I was in one of his coaching programs, was showing me. You know what I mean? And the first thing they're gonna say, well, what the heck is a early emergency retirement planner? Well, you know, a person like you in the business that you're in, you would like to have about 10, 20 units a month, and we help you get those 10, 20 units a month, you know, earlier than you could possibly get them. And they sitting back wondering, what the heck are you talking about? Well, units is money, you know. We can help you get about $10,000-$20,000 a month and working, you know, part-time and doing it.
Yeah.
You know, that's basically it. You know, so I was coming from areas like that, learning all these particular strategies and how to talk to people and the psychology and the whole 9 yards. Mark always taught that when you go in and talk to somebody, you want them to be curious about what you do. Don't be the message. You be the messenger. You just carrying the message. You want people to look at the video. You want people to look at what's going on. You know, don't come in this thinking that you have to know everything, because you don't. Exactly. You know what I mean? Just come in, just share either your DVD or your video or whatever with them. All you doing is just handing the product to them, introducing the product to them. Mm-hmm. That's all you do.
Mm-hmm. I love that, man, because and I've never heard that. That is, I haven't. Okay, so when I was a teenager, I started when I was around like 15. I did door to door. I sold newspapers. I did like a lot of different odd sales jobs. You know what I mean? If you didn't have any, it was either general labor jobs or it was sales jobs. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to get started besides fast food and stuff like that. Yeah. But I did a lot of door-to-door stuff. I learned a lot of tricks, building rapport. You look around the front yard. If they got a boat, talk to them about fishing. If they got flowers, say, oh, yeah, they're beautiful.
Exactly. Right.
You know, so, but to hear that, it kind of, it brings something up in me, because basically what you're doing is when you say units, and it's like you're pulling them in deeper. It's like, units, what? Okay, and what's that? And exactly. So, yeah, so think about it like this. So I'm big on email marketing. So if I send an email, what's my job? That's, first of all, I got to break it down in sequences, right? So subject line is designed to get to open. So I build up enough curiosity to get them to open it. That email copy is designed to build up enough curiosity to get them to click it. Yep. And that copy on that capture page is designed to build up enough curiosity to get them to opt in and check out the offer. So everything is leading them to the next thing, and it's just all about curiosity. And so it's all psychological. It's all psychological. So all of this fast-paced stuff, all of this systematic automation stuff, it translates to offline. It translates to one-on-one. You know, because it's all the human psyche. I love that. That's a great example.
Absolutely. So and then if you're doing the 3-foot rule to someone, you have somebody sharp that you're prospecting, just be able to get that and put that information in their hand and get them to check it out. Make them so curious that they have to check out the information to find out what you're talking about. Yeah, they're going to ask you what it is. And then you say, you know what? I can tell you in 20 seconds, but you might not understand. Yeah. Now they like, excuse me. Then their ego comes in and say, how dare you? You know, well, tell me anyway. Well, it's a proprietary funding vehicle with non-sequential disbursements.
I don't know what that is.
Exactly. And all I did was just use synonyms, you know, in order to replace what I do. Basically, I'm telling you, I'm in a program. The payment is not in any particular order. This month you can get 15,000. The next month you can get 20,000. But guess what? The following week you can get $5,000 bonus. So it's non-sequential, not any type of order, you know. And so that's the disbursement. So that's what you do. So they say, okay, non-sequential disbursement. Now some people's ego might be so big they say, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about, because they don't want to admit that they don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So they go home and pop the to your way and check out the this guy was talking about. So that's what we used to do.
Exactly. And that reminds me of something called open loops. And so when you really go into copywriting and all of that, like you look at like television scripts and all of that, you know, when they show to be continued or on the next episode, you know, they create something to where it's like, man, I got to fulfill this void in my mind. I got to know what's next. I got to know what's next. So they're going to go home and pop in a DVD or go to the website. So that's huge, man. That is huge. You really starting to touch on something where I think is important because you know, like I said, the psychology of this automation stuff, it translates to the one-on-one and the offline. So I think that's what I'm gonna start touching on in this group. And I want you to hop on the call because I know you got, you know, hell of a lot more experience with the offline stuff than me. But you know, look, this is another thing. Before I end this call, I'm gonna make this short because obviously it's just a 2-person call. But I'm gonna do a tip, and then you've already given some value. But if you got any other tip that you want to leave people with, I'm gonna ask you. But value first. Value first. Just like Craig said, well, what do you do? You know, it wasn't all about, hey, I got this opportunity. Hey, you should check this out. I want to make money from you. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. You know, you build rapport, you pique interest. Just like if you walk into Rite Aid or a Walgreens or CVS or something, they'll say, hey, how you doing, sir? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. How you doing? Okay, good. If you need anything, let me know. So they see you looking around. And then they look, if they see you looking around or you stuck on something, they'll say, oh, can I help you? Then they'll come up to you. But just imagine, as soon as you walk in the store, they walk up, hey, what are you looking for? I can help you. What do you need? Wow. What you going to say? Oh, back up. Like, you know, give me space. I'm going to find my own thing, right? And so that's what people do. They step overboard. They step over boundaries. You know, you can't just say, hey, I got a brand new opportunity. I just ignored like 5 people today that did that to me. But when you say, hey, you know, how's the wife? How's the kids? Hey, how's the weather in Maryland? You build up a conversation, you build up some rapport, you get me talking, I'm feeling comfortable, my defenses are down, then you might slide something in it, but you got to fill the conversation. You got to fill out the conversation. Yeah. You might just planted that seed and you might have to revisit that a week later. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Planting those seeds in a great thing. Let me share my screen real quick. I'm gonna show you a fast tip anybody can use. Okay. Let's see. Let me know when you see my screen, Craig.
All right. I see it.
Okay, cool. So I got a guide. Look, the cool thing about you know, doing things online, everything is not automated, but it can become automated. And the reason I say that is because I got different VAs, virtual assistants. I can pay them like pennies on the dollar, you know, and not to sound bad, but you know, where they're living like Malaysia and, you know, India, Pakistan and stuff like that. So that money goes a long way, but it's dirt cheap for me. And they can do tasks that I can do myself, but you know, I necessarily don't want to focus on. So for example, Paige, this is something that I teach my inner circle people that you can do every day. And it's one of the best icebreakers, you know, that you can do on Facebook. And it's on everybody's Facebook. So you see homepage, you see right here where it says Kelly plus 7 other people. Is their birthday today?
Yeah.
What you do is you click on that. My computer might take a second. But once you click on that, it's going to pop up and it's going to show you all 8 people who currently have a birthday. Oh, I know Kelly too. You hover over her. Right. You click on message. While that's doing that, let me show you this. So I have a notepad. So anything that I find myself frequently, you know, sending people, I'll just put it inside of this little notepad. Add-on inside of Google. So you see it says happy B-Day blank. Hope you have a good one. Right. And so if I do it manually, I just copy that and then I just paste it. And inside of the blank, I put Kelly. Right. Then I go on to Jason. Then I go on to Nicole. Then I go on to Kay. And what's going to happen is Jason's going to say, oh man, I appreciate that, brother. Okay, I appreciate that too. Right. You know, you reaching back to me, whatever. I hope you have a good one. Look, and what's going to happen is you just planted that seed of rapport with that person. And so even if you don't get that sale, get to that conversation to where you can close them or something, or even have, you know, expose them to something. If you make a post in the future, Kelly's going to remember that you wished her well on her birthday. Jason's going to remember. So they're going to comment, they're going to like, they're going to share. So it's just building you up for success. And all that I'm doing, I'm just simply copying and pasting. I click send. I'll do that too. I don't like the comma. I only put the comma there for my VA. And so what he's doing is every day he'll log into my Facebook account and I pay him. I'll show you that too. Let's see. I pay him 5 cents per message and I pay him 10 cents per day. Okay. So today is 8 people. And so that's 40 cents per message. And then 10 cents for today, that would have been 50 cents. Okay. And so you see all of these different people, like over 1,000 people.
Right.
Every day he goes to work without me saying something. And then at the end of the week, every Friday, he'll message me, say, hey, man, can you pay me? I say, cool. Send me your PayPal. I'll send you the money.
Got you.
Yeah. So that 50 cents might have got me a sale. Because Nicole could have hit me back and said, thank you. I appreciate that. You're the only person that said that. What are you up to? And I said, well, yeah, never a problem. I got this brand new opportunity. I don't want to push it on you or anything. But since you asked, it's a short video. If you're interested, I can drop you a link. And 50 cents could have converted into 50 bucks or 500.
Absolutely.
You know, absolutely. So, and the thing is, it's value first, because what you did was you gave goodwill on the front end. You didn't say, hey, look at my thing or buy my stuff. You said happy birthday with no strings attached. They hit you back because it's a law. It's something called the law of reciprocity.
Exactly.
So whatever you do, a person feels, you know, the need to do it back. So if someone gave me a gift on Christmas and I didn't even think to give them something, you better believe next time around, I'm gonna make sure they get a gift, because it doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit well.
Right.
You know, you want to return that favor. So, and you're playing on that psyche with this. So
exactly.
Yep. And here's a cool thing too, that one of my inner circle students, Valinda, actually said, no, that was Tracy. Tracy's inside of this group, Tracy Lee. More and more people might start to catch on to this birthday thing. So in order for you to be different, Facebook, after a certain hour, it shows you people whose birthday is tomorrow. That's coming up. So you can hover over and say, hey, Kelly, I just want to give you an early happy birthday. I know your inbox is going to be full tomorrow, but I just want to show you some love. Oh my God, thank you for thinking of me.
Absolutely.
There you go. That ice is broken. Look, it takes you 2 seconds, and that can be, that can be a big sale right there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a small tip. That's a small tip. So you say you like it. That's pretty cool, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah.
And as you continually grow your Facebook followers, man, you're going to have many more opportunities for to congratulate someone on a lot of possible things, anniversary, birthdays, or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's just there, man.
Yeah, you just reminded me of something, because Tracy said the same thing. Tracy, she said, yeah, and you can segment it down. Anniversaries, all of these different things. Facebook allows you to tap into that.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And then think about it like this, Craig, like, obviously you know me. So if I send you a message, it's sincere. But just think about if I'm out the blue and I just say, hey, Craig, man, I want to congratulate you on you and your wife's anniversary. You're like, oh, damn. And you're going to look at my profile. Who's this dude? Well, I appreciate that, man. Like, why is he even thinking about me like that?
Exactly.
And it's going to pique curiosity, and then you're going to want to return it. It's something in you that's going to say, okay, well, how are you doing?
Exactly.
There you go. That opens that gate. And as long as you don't blow it, you set yourself up. Don't drop the ball. Don't push too much. Just subtleness, and you can close that. You definitely can close that.
Definitely, it's better to be prepared for the opportunity than not.
Exactly.
So you sending that stuff out there already, even before you even start that, have your little tagline or whatever you want to say, you know what I mean, as a response or whatever, if they come back with something, you know what I mean? So just, just to make it sound so good that it's, first of all, it should be sincere anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You think it's about, you wishing them a happy birthday. It should be sincere. Right. If that's the type of person that you are, it's going to come off that way. And if you're not, if you have some type of underlying agenda, it's going to come off that way too. And people can see through that stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you want to be genuine.
Yeah. It's all about feeling. And you saw, like, when I said I want to take that comma out. Yeah. Because guess what that looks like? It looks like a copy and paste.
Exactly.
It looks cookie cutter. Even though Kelly knows me, she was in a program with me years ago. She knows me. I'm like, let me take that comma out. And so, everything is copy and paste is good for templates to know where you're at as far as, your scripts and stuff like that. You can follow with certain guidelines. But like Craig said, you want to make sure it's sincere, because it's a transference of energy. Everything, even like copywriting, the best copy, the best videos and, sales letters and stuff are the ones that make you feel something. And you notice, like, if you look at any of my videos, not all of them are amazing, but the ones that do well are the ones where I say, are you tired of this? Are you tired of that? You know what I mean? Aren't you looking for a solution? Because it's resonance. A person says, look, let me hold on, be quiet real quick. Let me listen to this. Yeah, because I'm going through that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so you got to relate to people. I'm gonna tell you a quick example. I got a guy, you might heard of Patrick Gray. He was you were in SBC. Patrick was no, I think Patrick skipped over SBC. But I got a guy, Patrick Gray. He was in my inner circle for a couple of months. And I was telling him about copy. I'm like, man, copy is huge. Like, it's everywhere. You can't escape it. Commercials, television, TV shows, books, everything is copy. And I said, it's all about resonance, whatever a person relates to. And once you enter that conversation that's already going on in their mind, you got them for that split second. Let it go. Like, it should be like music to their ears. Exactly. As long as you don't blow it. Just imagine if you listen to a song and it skips. You're like, oh, you just break out of your trance. It's like, what the hell was that? Next song. Exactly. And that's exactly how your copy should be. It should be smooth like music. But if you say the wrong thing or if you put things in the wrong way, it can kind of disrupt things. So it's a good skill to have. Yeah. But so Patrick, he'll do post. Okay. And you know, his posts will get like 13 likes, 20 likes and stuff. And like the good ones will get like 30 likes or whatever. But then he sent me a message, and I should pull that up. Let me see. He sent me a message. Let me share my screen because I know it's gotten way more results now. And he said, bro, I just want you to look at this. Let's see. And Patrick knows what he's doing. He's an old school guy. He's been around for a long time. Let's see. And he just wanted a handful of things that I told him, man. He ran with it. And he's getting results, and it made sense. Sometimes you gotta, try different things until you get the context of it. And so after this, he saw exactly what I was touching on with him, and I'm gonna show you why. Okay, Patrick Gray. And so just to give you a background on Patrick is he's a pastor. I've been in the truck for I think 15 years. He's been doing the network marketing thing since like I think the 80s or the 90s, early 90s, late 80s. And let's see. He sent me a message. He said, hey, Rodney, I don't know if you were able to see this because it's in the group. I just posted this about an hour and a half ago. Over 300 likes and 6 people so far inboxed me. I had to show you this. Wow. And let me show you this. Let's see. Okay, so you see July 24th, and he has over 1,000 likes. Wow. Yeah, and I'm gonna show you exactly why. And so I'm gonna just skim over it. Well, guys, after 4 years and 7 months of being on the road, 4 of those years as an owner operator, I am saying goodbye to the open road. This for me was truly a labor of love. Unfortunately, I needed my time back so that I would not miss another recital, concert, birthday, or special occasion of any of those special people. In my time on the road, I've met some amazing people. So basically he's wrapping things up. He got his freedom back, right? And he has a business opportunity that allowed him to get off of the road and stop missing these precious moments. And so what he did was he posted this inside of Truckers Wall of Shame. So this is a trucker group. Oh, okay. Yeah. So guess what? He's speaking their language. But he's saying it resonates with them. It's their song. It's the song that they listen to every day. They're tired of it. Yep. I want my freedom back. I'm tired of missing these, these precious moments. And you see the response because of it. And so that's all copy is. And that's going to lead me into my last thing. I'm going to do something over the course between today and maybe tomorrow. I'm going to do a series of posts on my Facebook wall. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a video and I'm going to show you why it worked the way that it worked. And basically the post that I'm going to do is something that I call Tell Me More post. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to speak the language of my Facebook friends, or I'm going to attempt to be a song to their ears. Right. And so I'm going to say, aren't you tired of residual income that is not really residual because it ends in 30 to 90 days? Aren't you tired of this and that? Aren't you tired of that? And then I'm going to say, I have a solution, A, B, and C. Type, tell me more, comment, tell me more. And then I'll send you the link in a personal inbox.
Right.
And so I'm gonna do a tell me more post, and I'm gonna attempt to speak their language, and then based off of how good I do, you'll see the response, and I'm gonna do another video. But I just wanted to show you the power.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the power. Copy is everything around us, and is everything that you love. Just like my wife, I drive her crazy. I don't want to keep rambling, but I can talk about this for days. I drive her crazy because anything that she comes home and she either bought or she wants to buy, I'll stop her. I say, why? Oh, what do you mean? We can use that. We can. And I'm saying, but why? What did they say to make you get that? She's like, well, they, they talked about this. And I'm like, yeah. And that hit on a certain thing. She's like, oh my God, she's tired of it. But it's what I enjoy. Anything that I buy, I always stop and say, why did I have to buy it? Or why do I want to buy it?
Exactly.
Because of the copy. Because of that copy. It's that psychology. Why, if Craig say, he uses the big words and he sucks me in, why do I want to ask him the next question? Why does it? Because the pride is like, well, look, I'm with him. I'm following you. Go ahead. Yeah. And what was that? It's the psychology. It's that copy that's used in a correct sequence that brings the next results in a predictable. It's science. It's science.
Do you know, Rodney, corporations spend billions of dollars on understanding psychology and human behavior. Absolutely. So they can sell you more products. So, network marketing, you should learn how to deal with individuals on a psychological basis. Understand the behavior of people. You should understand the personality. All of these type of things you should understand. So when I got into the industry a long time ago, I was sponsoring. I had all of these groups. Then attrition started to hit. Now, I didn't understand anything about attrition early, but it made me dive into researching why. I thought it was me. I didn't know it was the industry of the beast. You know what I mean? So I started buying all of these books on psychology, personality, like Personality Plus. And, that's one of the great books out there by Len Grabehorn, I think. And I started understanding different personalities. Started understanding how colors in relationship to these different personalities: the blue, the red, the green, the yellow, sanguine, phlegmatic, melancholy, and different things like that. So even before you approach a person that you want to prospect, you already know the type of person that he could be. Though we have each and every personality, there's one dominant one. So we could relate to that person from understanding what his personality is at that particular time. You know what I mean? Then you started going into the psychology and you start really picking, because you gotta, if this is the person you really want to do business with, you don't want to do business with everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you're going to have to put through something in order to find out, is this the person you want to work with?
Yeah, you got to qualify.
You got to qualify. That's important, man.
Yep. And that's just like you said. It's funny because I learned I'm an analytical guy. I'm analytical more than a personality. Like I actually enjoy the process of building systems and building funnels and stuff more than I enjoy, the recruiting and all of that type of stuff, right? And so for a person to get me, it's funny because when I first started learning how to write like sales copy and videos and stuff like that, you want to touch on people who are all about sight. You want to touch on people who are all about the feel. You want to touch on every sensory. And so you could say, well, can't you imagine, walking on the beach, you could feel the sand between your toes. You could smell the salt water, and you could look at the horizon while you with the loved ones, that you want to spend your rest of life with, that you work so hard to, to put in the best positions. And so I hit on all different types of people. If I hit on the numbers, like, it's proven because it's 1930 something, I hit on the numbers and then I hit on the emotions, I cover all bases. So that's why systems are so hard to put together. So like for example, Craig, you just said, like, you want to know, you don't want to work with everybody. Right. So when you're walking up to a person or a person's coming up to you, that's the prospect. You want to know that they're the right fit. And so that's what people don't understand about traffic. And so that's where you get targeted traffic from. Sometimes, you know, you don't want to send people who are interested in, say, for example, people who are interested in, you know, stay at home jobs for women, and you don't want to send them to a MLM thing because they're like, what? I don't want to recruit. I just want to supplement my income. I just want to make a little bit more. That's not necessarily your prospect. So you got to understand your traffic, and then you match it up with the offer. And then if you can control the messaging in between, then you can kind of give and take a little bit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's very scientific, but the great thing about it, if you're on a team, you know, that everyone is doing the same thing. Literally every program that I've ever been in, like back to SBC, the way that I was telling people to recruit was the way that I was recruiting. Right. You know, I've never told somebody, look, you do this meanwhile I'm doing this. System that you just recruited through is the very same system that I send traffic to. Right. You know what I'm saying? So of course I wanted to be optimized. I wanted to work for me because as a byproduct, you guys are going to kill it. Right. You know, I don't want people, whoever's watching this, to think, damn, I got to know all of that. You don't. All you got to do is just plug in. But over time, you're going to want to, because this is the thing. Everything is, I remember, you know, I don't know what year it was, but when, you know, energy, electric companies, it's like a big monopoly. And then when things got deregulated, all of a sudden you get these knocks on the door and people saying, do you know that, you know, you're overpaying by this? You can go with our electric company. And then the next day you got somebody say, oh, they came yesterday. They're trying to scam you. Look, come with our electric company. You know, when things got deregulated, you got all of these people, you know, that had the power to, you know, make residuals off of you, because it wasn't just the big 5 different companies or 3 companies or whatever it was. And so now with the internet, you can make, I mean, you know, sometimes somebody might say it's not realistic, but you can make Bill Gates money. You can make what's the dude's name? What's my man's name?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, or what's the guy? He's a trader. He was in the stock market.
I don't know right now.
Got the glasses. All of them dudes, you have the resources that they didn't have back in the 70s and the 60s and stuff like that, you know, but you have to equip yourself. You have to know the psychology. You got to learn the processes. You got to get all of the books that you can, because it's an even playing field now. You can stomp with the big dogs. You can make big money, but you're not just plugged into a company that already knows that stuff. You got to be the company. You got to learn this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to compete. But the money is, the sky's the limit, but you got to feed yourself, you know, garbage in, garbage out. But if you give yourself the information you need, you're going to reap the rewards. Right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, don't get overwhelmed or think that this stuff is complicated, because right now, just give a moment. You have a system. You have a great team. We got resources. But this is just for the long run. Long term, you got to equip yourself.
Exactly. You know, somebody who thinking they got to come in and learn all of this stuff before they even start, you know, building any type of income. I mean, either they're going to take forever to actually implement something, or they're not going to be there in the long run. That's just the bottom line. So, folks, if you're listening to this, whoever is listening to this, just come in and just get started. You know, jump and grow wings on the way down. That's it right there. You know, take that leap.
I think, was that Les Brown?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of my mentors. Man, I love that guy. Taught me a lot. In this industry will force you to develop yourself in the leader that you truly want to become.
Yep.
I had you talking about reading. I was reading everything. Readers are leaders, I guarantee you. And leaders are readers. And when you start just taking and absorbing that information and then start applying it, trust me, you will start attracting people. And people are going to start wondering, what the heck is he or she doing? You know, man, where did you get that from? You're going to start surprising yourself with the things that come out of your mouth that start attracting people and make them want to take a look at it. But don't think just coming into this that you have to know everything, because you don't. I guarantee you. Don't be afraid to fail, people. If you just detach yourself from that illusion of failure, you will go a long way in the industry.
Yep.
Say that you're not going to have some trips and fall. You're not going to bruise your knee or your elbow, or whatever, because you are. Okay, but that's where learning come in. That's where it comes in, right there.
Absolutely. You know? It's no such thing. One of the most powerful things that I've heard was there's no such thing as failure, is feedback.
Yeah.
Everything. Oh my God. I mean, you know, since I came in online in 2011, I've failed way more than I've succeeded. And that's the only way that I started to see, well, at least this worked. You know, I think it was Jim Rohn. He said success is just a collection of good results.
Yeah.
So along the way, you know, you're going to fail 80% of the time, but that 20%, you start to collect those little pockets of success.
Yeah.
And over time, you put those together, and that becomes your model. That becomes your business that you focus on every day. And all of a sudden, to other people, it looks like, oh man, he never fails. This dude knows exactly.
Yeah.
No, you failed your way to success.
Exactly.
You know, and I hate even saying fail, because what is it? They say some people say you win or lose, but it's really you win or learn.
Yeah.
That's the only way. I forgot who the guy's name is on Shark Tank. He'll ask before he even goes into like bidding and you know, talks about how much money you're asking for. He said, well, how many times have you failed? And then you have the cocky guys. Oh, well, we've never failed. You know, we tried this and that, but yeah, we made tweaks. He's like, you're not ready, and I'm out.
Exactly.
I'm out. I'm not ready to work with you because you
exactly.
You haven't earned your stripes, and that's all it comes down to. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, when you have, I wish that I had, you know, some of the information that I give to people. Oh my God, you know, I was so hungry and so obsessed. I mean, the thing about it, when I came out of school, I said, you know, I'm a big dude. You know, I've always played basketball my whole life, and so when I graduated, that's when the NBA lockout happened. So I'm like, damn, I got a kid. I got to make this happen. I got to figure out how to make money. But the one thing that I was always good at, I was always good at locking in on something. And I remembered that it was a documentary that Spike Lee did on Kobe Bryant, and it was called Kobe Doing Work. And I was looking at Kobe, and I noticed that even when he was on the bench, when he was on the game, after the game, before the game, he was always like this. He was always looking at the plays. He was always helping people. No, you need to be here. He was never sitting back and looking at the crowd and looking for his family. You know, he wasn't lackadaisical about anything. He was completely locked in and obsessed. And I looked at different documentaries, and I noticed a pattern. Every single person that had the success that I would like, or, you know, were at the top of their game, they were absolutely obsessed. And then in my mind, I say equals success. And I was saying you can't really be successful without being obsessed. And, you know, I don't want to, you know, some people might take that the wrong way and might not take care of yourself. You might drink, you might whatever, just to figure this stuff out. You have to have balance. But in order for you to really dominate your profession, you have to absolutely take it serious. You have to say, yes, this is not a hobby, like Craig said. This is not a hobby. You know, this is something that I'm going to make a lifestyle out of, and I will figure it out, period. I'm going to dedicate my life and my time to this because it will pay off. And once you make that decision, it's a wrap. You're already successful. All you got to do is equate yourself with the right people.
That is it right there. Brother, you hit the nail right on the head right there. Because it's going to take a lot of focus. You know what I mean? Rodney, if you focus on one thing in your business for 2 hours, okay, you have done so much greater than 85% of the people out there who don't focus. And trust me, you're going to look like a genius to them because you taking your time and focus on this one particular thing. It could be one skill set that you want to learn. It could be a Facebook strategy. It could be a 3-foot rule strategy on how to talk with people. It could be working on your elevator speeches, we used to call it back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and you get so good at it, there are many people into you, they have to take a look at what you have, and then all who you are sponsoring or enrolling and going to look at you like this superstar. How does he do it? You know what I mean? He must be an overnight success. Well, I heard a person say it took me 10 years to become an overnight success. You know, so it's going to take time. Don't let the discouragement that you're going to feel get you down. And every defeat that you are going to be headed into, it's not permanent. It's just temporary, you know. And trust me, you'll land on your feet. But if you don't, land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
Yes, sir. That's why personal development is so huge. I'm trying to tell you, look, I know whoever's gonna watch is like, man, they running over. Look, check this out. I'm gonna leave you with one thing. I love Kobe Bryant. I love anybody that works hard. You know, the spotlight is always on people, you know, and people say, well, he's the man, you know, like he can just walk on the court and get 50 points. Man, that dude practiced that one move 10,000 times.
That's it. Oh,
he practiced that 20,000 times. I mean, people don't understand. You know, Kobe just retired. Like, for example, LeBron James, he's 33, or he's about to be 33 or whatever. But he's been playing since he was probably like 5.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, this dude has been doing these moves. There's only so many moves you can do in basketball. He has done these things tens of thousands of times, if not hundreds of thousands of times. So it becomes muscle memory. And so you look at someone and you compare yourself to him. So you say, you know, Craig, he can have that elevated speech. This dude can just be on like that. You know, the right situation comes, preparation, the opportunity to do is prepared. But where does that come from? That's from exercising that muscle. He's been working on that craft for a long time. And where does confidence come from? When a person exudes that confidence and you feel that vibration, and you feel like a person who, you can feel a person who can, you know, do some things when they walk in the room. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You can feel that. Got it. But where does that come from? That comes from knowing that you're good at something. And when do you know you're good at something? When you've practiced enough times and you're prepared for any opportunity.
Exactly.
Your craft. You have to master that craft. That's all it is. That's all it is. And so when I say obsession, I don't mean in an unhealthy way. I just mean you master your craft and nobody or nothing get in the way, because this is your life and this is you taking control of it. You know, all the glitz and the glamour, awards, walking on stage, speeches and stuff like that, those are byproducts of you, these things over and over and over again. I remember Bruce Lee, he said 10,000. What do you say? I don't do 10,000 kicks.
My mind. You read my mind.
One kick 10,000 times or something like that. You know, and that's one of the greatest. People don't say stuff for no reason.
Brother, you must have read my mind, because I was sitting here exactly thinking about what Bruce Lee said. And what he said was, it's not the move that you do 10,000 times that I'm afraid of. Well, no, it's not the 10,000 moves that you do. It's the one move that you do 10,000 times that I'm afraid of. I was just sitting here just thinking about that, man. And that's what it's like. That one skill, learn it. You know what I mean? If it's email marketing, learn it and be the best at it you can possibly be. If it's Facebook marketing, learn it and be the best at it that you can possibly be. If it's YouTube videos, get on there and make YouTube video. Right now, I'm trying to master YouTube videos. You know what I mean? That's what I'm working on. And I want to master it to the point where I can come off and I can engage people so much that they have to take a look at what I'm offering to them.
And that's what. And guess what? Guess what? I got something for you, man. I got 2 courses. I got 2 courses for you. And you know what just came out of what you just said? You put that, you already put a stamp on there. We never talked about this. You already put that work in. You set that up and you said, look, this is what I'm working on. And so that's preparation. And opportunity came. I got 2 courses for you.
Okay, my man, I appreciate you.
I'm telling you, every time, you know, of course, you can only get so far doing things yourself, right? Yes. But then it takes, it's a book called Never Eat Alone. I forgot the author's name, man, but this dude is so brilliant. I mean, he literally forces you to look and notice every single accomplishment, every person that you know that's gotten like, for example, I wouldn't have played college ball if I didn't have a coach in elementary school. Right. If I didn't have a middle school coach, you know, like I didn't get, like a lot of people say I'm a self-made millionaire, I'm a self-made whatever. You're not self-made because people helped you along the way. Right. You get what I'm saying? And the only way that they will help you is you gotta, I tell my wife this all the time. You don't help people who need it, you help people who deserve it. I forgot where I got that from. You don't help people who need it, you help people who deserve it. The reason being, it might sound bad, but people who need it won't always make use of it. Anytime somebody gets something for free, they don't appreciate it, they don't respect it. But when somebody put that blood, sweat, and tears or something, you help that person because that preparation met that opportunity. And now it's like, look, you earn your way, and I know you, Craig. Like I know you. You get what I'm saying? I know you're putting that time. And so, like I said, I got 2 courses for you. And any platform or any little, you know, accolade or boost that I got, I've always had somebody that did that for me. Okay. They said, look, we're going to do a JV. Oh, man, I like you, man. I see you're grinding, man. I want to put you on this team. You're going to be on this coaching call. I'm telling you, we're dropping gems, folks. I'm trying to tell you, we're dropping gems. We're dropping gems.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And like, folks, just get in, get started. That's what I can share with you right now. And just run this thing out until the cows come home.
Absolutely.
That's what you're going to do. Because in the process, I believe that it's going to not only change your life, that change the lives of the people that connect with you. You know, absolutely. I have a major goal, Rodney, and my goal is to help at least 100 people create 6-figure incomes within the next 24 months. 24 months.
You can definitely.
Well, that's my goal.
Yeah.
Create 6-figure incomes.
Man, you look, I'm gonna have to end this call. You about to get me going on this whole man, you know.
Yeah, everything is energy. Off,
everything is energy, and you know, and that's just a fact. Everything is energy. But once you put a stamp on something, to do this, things will start to work in your favor. You know, I don't care what religious background you are. I don't care, you know, what faith you have. Things will start to work in your favor energetically. So once you put that stamp on it, that's all you need, and just go hard.
Yeah.
All you need is that, you know, you need a support, but then you need that belief within yourself. It's one thing to say, I believe it, but it's another thing to say, I believe it for me.
Yes.
Because you can look at other people and say, yeah, I believe you can make money online. I can believe you can build residual income, but do you believe that it's possible for you? That's a whole different animal. So you need to work on yourself, and then you have people like myself and Craig and all these other leaders around that we're going to help you do it. We're going to push you.
Absolutely. I'm here. Oh, let me say this. I created a video talking about fear. Last week I posted it on my Facebook page. So definitely check it out, because fear is the thing that stops everybody from living the destiny and the lifestyle they could possibly live. It's fear. But when you start to understand that fear is an illusion, it's just false evidence appearing real. It's just something you created in your mind that hasn't even happened. But when you continue to think along that line, you bring that thing into your experience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Man, look, oh my God. Let me get off this call. Look, folks, if you need any help, hit me up. Hit up Craig, hit up Letitia, Tracy, any leader in this group. We're here for you. You know, if anything pops up, if you're stuck on anything, but we're going to be doing this more often. Maybe once a week, twice a week, or wherever we need, you know, we see fit. But definitely let's get this thing rolling. You know, I want this to be your one-stop shop. Me and Craig, we've been doing this for years. We have the skill sets, we have the resources. We can go build anything else, but we chose to get inside of Melaleuca. We chose to, you know, to plant our flag here because we see something very special. And so hopefully you see that as well. And we're here for you. We're definitely here for you. So with that being said, Craig, if you have any last thoughts, we can.
I wish you guys the best. I wish you success, happiness, prosperity, and a whole lot of money. I wish all of it to you.
Yes,
all right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rodney. I appreciate you, man.
Signing out. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Yes, sir. Take care. Peace.